it happened. This could not have possibly come at a better time. I feel like it's just serendipitous. Hi friends, I hope you're having an inspiring day. So we are here with a new unboxing, and it is probably the most exciting one, with the exception of maybe my Birkin, which was my first sort of core pillar bag. If you haven't seen that video, it's also live on my channel. It meant a lot for me and it marked a very specific milestone in my life. This bag also did the same thing, and I'm not sure how these pillar bags just walk into my life at the right times to signify such important points of my life, but they just do. I went on my bachelorette recently. If you're unfamiliar, I'm actually getting married, and I ended up being able to snag a bag appointment in Paris at the Faubourg location. But if you don't know kind of the meaning behind my unboxings and my bags, I always look at any bag that I purchase as a sort of symbol for my life. They kind of mark these milestones or these special moments. But as you know, or maybe you don't know, with Hermès bags, you can't really plan purchases. And so the fact that these two moments aligned just means so much. But let's talk about my experience shopping. I am based in Toronto, so my home store is in Toronto, but this bag was purchased in Paris at the Faubourg location. The way that I kind of got my bag appointment is a little unusual. So my aunt and uncle are actually clients of the Faubourg location already. They already kind of had a profile set up. What happened was I was in Paris about a couple of months ago, and I happened to be there with them. I attended their bag appointment with them, and I had explained, you know, that I am an Hermès customer. Unfortunately, the profiles are not internationally shared, so each store and each region kind of has their own profile. They cannot see your purchases made in other countries. And so to Paris's eye, I was just a, you know, any customer that just walked in. But I explained to the SA, the sales associate of my aunt and uncle's, sort of, you know, my love for the brand and whether or not she could figure out a appointment schedule for me when I would return to Paris for my bachelorette. To my happy surprise, she was able to get me an appointment for like 3 weeks after that date for my bachelorette. And so I had an appointment for my bachelorette, and that is where this bag came to be. Now, the Paris location, the Hermès Paris locations in general, work on a very different system than the rest of the world, I think. And I think it's because there are just so many tourists, there's just so much demand. When people go to Paris, they want to buy something from Hermès. So the way that it works normally, if you don't have a relationship already, is that they have a form. It's a link. You submit your information every day for an appointment, a bag appointment the following day. And you can only purchase bags and leather goods like luggages and things like that, travel accessories, if you have an appointment. If not, you can still purchase shoes, accessory, home goods, all that stuff. But bags specifically are only by appointment. Now, my friends who were there on my bachelorette with me did submit the form every single day, and unfortunately were not able to get an appointment. So the demand is definitely very high. But nevertheless, that is how I got my bag here. The way that it worked was, we went in, we checked in for our appointment, they brought us upstairs. I kind of shared what I had in mind, what bags I was kind of looking for in order of priority. The sales associate then went back to the back, said she could see what they had and see what she could do for me. She then came out. We walked to a sort of back room on the second floor of the Faubourg store, and she proceeded to show me these bags. The first couple bags weren't exactly my style, but they were really nice, and eventually we kind of narrowed it down. Like, I like this, don't like that, I like these colors, don't like those, and she kept going back and forth and eventually came out with this bag, at which point I was sold. I will say, and fair disclaimer, is that the Hermès shopping experience is such an odd one. It's very unlike any other luxury store for sure, and for that reason, I completely understand when people are turned off by it. For me personally, you know, I understand that the system kind of reflects the way that the bags are made. There's very few bags made. They still take so much time to kind of craft each bag. And so it just makes sense that it's not readily available all the time. And I kind of like that, you know, when I purchase bags, it's not necessarily for a need. I don't think anybody ever needs a bag like this. It's really just a luxury, something that you enjoy and that means something to you. But without further ado, let's get into this unboxing because it's so exciting. This is the box that it comes in. All Hermès boxes are not collapsible, so they're really meant to store the specific bag that it comes in. We have the beautiful Hermès ribbon, which if you don't know, they actually mark the year on them. So this one says 2023. I really like that just because it kind of fits in with my sentiment of each bag kind of marking a very specific moment. A box open. Inside we've got the tissue, very beautifully folded. And we have our pieces. I'll take the little accessories out and we'll walk through them afterwards, but without further ado, we have to get into it. Dust bags for everything because that is a luxury. I reuse my Hermès dust bags for just about everything. And here she is. Ah! Here she is, my beautiful new Kelly Cellier with gold hardware in the color Bleu de Prusse. All right, let's walk through it. Here is the bag in iconic Kelly fashion. You have the buckle at the front, the double buckle strap. We also have this beautiful felt encasing just to protect your bags. You have your handle, top handle here, the flap enclosure, and interior here you have a zipper pocket as well as a flap pocket. This is similar to the Birkin style. So this is in Epsom leather. It is a harder, more structured leather. It's Cellier, so that means that it's got this exposed stitching. In comparison, you also have the Kellys made in a retourne setting, which means basically that they flip it inside, they stitch it and then they flip it inside out. It just gives it a little bit more of a relaxed shape. You also have these two D-rings on the side here. One of the iconic things about the Kelly is that it can be worn crossbody. Prior to a year, they weren't actually made with crossbody straps, but now they are. And we do have 4 feet on the bottom of the bag as well to protect it. In terms of the accessories, it does come with its own little lock and key situation, which matches the color of the hardware of the bag. Now, this is normally fixed on the buckle of the bag here, this little ring. I will probably keep it in its bag, mostly because I have seen this lock kind of scratch up the leather of the bags. And then you have the strap for the Kelly, which also comes in its own dust bag, and it obviously matches the color of the leather and the hardware that your bag comes with. What I really like about these is that they are full 360 twist straps, as is the case with all Hermès bags, but it's something to note just because I do find myself twisting and turning straps, and when they are only fixed to a certain size, it does tend to make it a little bit more annoying to wear. In terms of markings, you have a little Hermès marking just at the top here. You also have the marking on the strap as well. And in terms of how to wear this bag, you definitely can wear it kind of clasped in just at the front. A lot of people kind of leave these straps hanging out. Obviously, it is meant to be worn like this with the straps enclosed. But let's talk about why this bag is special. So the Kelly bag is one of 3 pillar bags in the Hermès family. You have the Birkin, the Kelly, and the Constance, and these are probably the most coveted bags from the Hermès collection. The history of the Kelly bag, like most bags from the Hermès brand, does carry a lot of history and a lot of story to it. So the story goes that this bag became popular by the actress Grace Kelly, and she wore this bag and used it to hide, not in this size, but used it to hide her pregnancy from the paparazzi. She was actually introduced to the bag on a movie set to catch a thief, I think it was the movie set, and the story goes, the legend has it, that once she was introduced to the bag on set, she just couldn't part with it, and thus it became her iconic bag. Hermès actually renamed the bag the Kelly bag in 1977 as a nod to the actress. So this bag is actually composed of 36 pieces of leather. It is also composed of exactly 680 stitches, and I say that all because it's a nod to the artistry of these bags. Each of these bags are made by a singular artisan, so from start to finish, and takes anywhere from 18 to 24 hours to complete a singular bag. In the age of fast fashion and right now luxury, I do feel like this level of artistry is a little bit more rare and is just so special that this luxury house was able to maintain its craftsmanship in this very unique way. The Kelly also comes in a bunch of different sizes ranging from I think 15 or 20 all the way to 50 in terms of how big the base is. This is the Kelly 25 and it's kind of the mini Kelly up from the mini Kelly I find, but just a little bit more practical. A size up from this is the 28 and then it goes all the way up to the 50, but I would say these smaller sizes are definitely the most popular right now. But in terms of the story and its symbolic meaning to me, as I mentioned, I am getting married in August, and having something blue was just something that was not on my mind. But when this bag kind of came into my life and she offered it, and blue was not a color, by the way, in my wheelhouse. I was looking for like gold or biscuit, like a sort of beigey color, and she mentioned that, you know, she didn't have any of those colors. She did have a gold in the return style of construction, but I liked it. I didn't love it. And when she came out with this one, because I asked her if she had anything in Cellier, I just thought it was the perfect fit for this moment in my life. The other thing too is the colors that Hermès comes out with are just so incredible in very subtle ways. So this navy is not just navy, it sometimes looks a little bit green in certain lights, it looks black in other lights. It just is such a beautiful bag that I feel like will go with a lot of different colors and a lot of different styles. Let's now talk about price. So the Hermès Kelly 25 Cellier in this colorway, and I say that because the color, leather style, retour, Cellier, all these things can change and impact the cost of the bag, but this one here was 80 to 50 euros, something around there, which then kind of translates to just under $12,000 Canadian, very similar to the price of it in Canada, but more importantly is that you can't really get it whenever you want. You kind of have to snag it up when it's available. However, I think the most elusive part about these bags here and the thing that draws people to them regardless of their price is how rare they are and how exclusive they are. And as a result, its resale market as an investment is very high. They sell at auction houses, they sell at resale markets, and they go anywhere from $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 and up. That's not the reason why I purchased the bag. It's definitely a very positive aspect of making the investment in buying this bag. I bought it because I love it and I do feel like it is a piece of art and I love that. A little review of the bag and what fits inside. So I will say that the Kelly bags in general, especially in the Cellier style, are very structured. And so there's not a lot of give to them in terms of stretch. You probably could stretch the leather if you wanted to, but I wouldn't recommend it just because you want to keep this beautiful shape of your bag as well as, you know, keep it in mint condition for investment purposes. But just to show you what it fits, so my hand is about this large here, and that's for a size comparison. We have a little book here, and I'll just show you that it does technically fit the book inside. Other than that, I don't really carry very much in my bags. I just took this out so I could compare it, but you know, we've got a wallet, you've got your phone, that obviously would fit, my portable battery pack, as well as maybe a phone wire. It could also fit like, you know, an extra set of keys. You could fit probably some lipsticks in there. But in terms of closing it, now it just depends on how you wish to close it. So if you do choose to close it at the top here, as you can see, everything fits kind of in there, but because it's this trapezoidal shape, it does taper up. So you just want to keep that in mind. If you're looking to kind of stuff it and keep it open like a tote, Birkin is probably a little bit more that style. This is definitely more of a structured bag, but we fit all of that in there. So there's a book, there is my wallet, a wire, portable battery charger, a phone, and you definitely have a bit of room to add more to it, but I don't typically like to stuff these bags. And I will show you how it looks like on and back up a little bit. Okay, so just to show you what it looks like on, this is how the bag fits if I were to hold it just by my hand. This is kind of what it looks like on the elbow, which is how I feel like most people wear these Kelly bags. In terms of the strap, it is a not adjustable, so it really is just a singular length And on me, I have a 5'6", 5'6.5" frame. It sits just here on my hip. For me personally, I like where it sits, but I know that a lot of people who have tried it on, including my friend who is very similar in build to me, didn't feel like it fit very comfortably as a crossbody, but nevertheless, here it is on as a crossbody. And as a shoulder bag, which is another way to wear it, this is how it looks. But that is it for my brand new Kelly 25 unboxing Cellier Bleu de Prusse. Such an unexpected but serendipitous bag to add to my collection. I will forever remember it as my bachelorette bag. Something blue, just so fitting. I intend on collecting more of these. These are definitely, for me, little trophies of my life. Again, luxury is something that you don't need. It's something that you want and means something special to you. And that's what these bags mean to me. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. Honestly, this bag has been on my wish list, similarly to my Birkin, for so long, probably my entire lifetime. They were just something that I felt like I would work towards, and now I'm so happy to be adding it to my collection. If you are looking for a Birkin or Kelly or Constance bag, I would say my best tip is to stay patient, stay a fan of the brand. Don't buy it for just resale value. Obviously, that's a perk, but you really have to love the brand. I think it comes across, especially to the people that work there, because the sales associates definitely do love the brand quite a bit and have a passion for it. And I think that the way that they offer bags is very reflective of your sentiment towards the brand and why you're purchasing the pieces. I'm going to take her out for a little spin, but thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for being a part of the Inspired family. It's so nice to share these moments with you. If you are new to the Inspired family, we would love it if you join us and subscribe. Well, with that, friends, I hope you have an inspiring rest of your day. Remember that kindness doesn't cost a thing, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.